514. Day rating's a 7. Had a long day. With a long yawn. And got up. Alarm went off at 5. I immediately turned it off and was like, nope, I gotta sleep. I don't feel rested. And it rained pretty hard yesterday, so I figured it'd probably cool off a little bit. But it was humid. It was definitely a sweaty day. And walked the pup at 6:45. Came back, tried to get the door by 7:30. It was almost 8 by the time I left. So at that point, I'm considering not running, just running 3 to 4 miles. And I said, I'm thinking, let's just do 3 or 4 and just come back again in the evening and run another easy 2 or 3. And that was the plan. So I just went off nice and easy. And I got to 2 mile mark, felt okay. 3 mile, felt okay. And I was like, I'm just so close. I might as well just go for it. Go 4.5, which is about, the goal was to go at least 35, 36 minutes and then come back. And then if I needed to, run another little water park and then cool off a bit. And made it 4.5 out, and then it was almost right at 35.5 minutes. I think it turned out 35:30, 35:40. And I didn't feel great. I felt, how do I say it? I didn't feel terrible, but I didn't feel great. So I was just cruising along. I didn't feel tired, but oh my gosh, I was just sweating like crazy, and my body was trying to cool off, and so that took a lot of the energy out. But I got 9 miles, did the 70-minute run, and then afterwards was just sweating. It looked like I jumped in a pool. It was just, every inch of me was just drenched in sweat, and I had stopped on the way back about just shy of 2 miles out, and there was a little water fountain, and so I stopped to throw some on my body, drink a little bit, and it was actually cold, so that was actually nice. And then I splashed some on my face, put a little bit on the forearms, and then drenched my hat, and then put it back on. Took 10 seconds to kind of breathe, and then got back on the run. And when apparently the park that I was at, there's a race there on Friday, and my friend's gonna run it, and my friend just ran it and won the women's division. And I was like, that is crazy. Oh my gosh. I looked at the times. I think the Wayne guy's time was 18:21. I'm thinking about running the race on Friday, depending on the cost. But that it would kind of screw up the Thursday tempo run. And that's the other thing is it'd be really hard to go to the tempo run and not start doing a tempo. So I've been playing with the idea. It's not for sure right now, but I feel like it would give me an honest effort pace. So I'm playing with the idea in the next couple days. We'll see if the registration is higher than $25-$30 by Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, usually by Wednesday or Thursday, and go from there. If it's a cheap race, then we'll jump in. If it's gonna be expensive, not. I believe I already looked up the company online, and I've already had issues with this company of not marking the course, not putting a kind of map to know where you're going, for doing a looped course so that when you come back around, you're coming back through all the walkers and they're just spread out, and there's people with dogs and strollers, which is fine, but it's hard to go that fast. And if they're just casually walking at their own pace and you gotta swerve in and out of them, it just throws you off. Especially as you're winding down that last mile, half mile, you're trying to just focus and, like, all right, hang in there, focus on your breathing, keep your form going, get to the finish line. And if you throw these little things off, it feels like it slows you down a lot. It's a lot of wasted energy to go around people like that. So, and this other thing is, the first time I did it, I got first. I'm gonna age first overall, and it was a New Year's run, and I've ran it before, and it was just this year they happened to change the course, change the company. But me and my dad were already there, so we're like, let's just do the race. So we ran the race, finished, and they normally do like chili. There's a couple other vendors there for like Gatorade or Scratch or whatever the other kind of, for Nutrigrain bars kind of a thing. There's a couple other little promoters there, fitness promoters. And so you walk around a little bit, talk, and mingle, wait for the rewards, and then we go home and eat. And we were waiting. I said, all right, we're going to start doing the awards. They got about halfway through and said, we got another race that starts right at midnight. Is it right at midnight? Like 5 minutes after midnight. So we're going to cut the awards off here and then get the other race started, and we'll come back. Well, we waited about 15-20 minutes. They didn't come back. They said, everyone else that's been stuck here, we're just going to mail you out your awards. Oh, okay, whatever, it's fine. And it was starting to get, I think, raining anyway, so it was a cold, windy day, and it was, all right, it's fine, I'm going to go home. So we left. And it took about a month to get in the mail, and it was just a pen, and it just said first place. It didn't say what distance, it didn't say what race, it didn't have a date, it didn't have the name of like the park. It had no indication. It was just first place, and it looked like a name tag. That's how big it was. Just, you could pin it right there. Like, you could at least edge in the date or where it was from. I mean, it was just so cheap, and I just got upset, and I ran another one like that. I think I got first or second of my age, and it was the same thing. And this was 4 or 5 years later that this was the race. And it's like, if you haven't gotten the budget for that, I don't know. So I saw this, it's the same company. I'm worried about it. I told myself I wouldn't go running the races again because I think that someone's just pocketing all the money, or it's not going back into the for runners, or to get good venues or bring in better people with at the tents kind of a thing, that kind of deal to make it a fun, enjoyable event. It's just, they've been confusing races. I don't want it to be negative. I just wasn't happy with the multiple races that I ran for them. And so, we'll see. But the 9 miles is done, 70 minutes. I had a smoothie, or showered after, then I had a smoothie and just sat down for 2 hours. And then my dad had called the night before and said, hey, I'm going to be in town. It's for cousin's services, so if you're free, let me know. I said, yeah, I'm free, let's get lunch. And he said that he had already eaten a bit, so he was like, do you want to get lunch, or do you want to possibly go to a movie? And I said, I'm down for either one, let me know how you're feeling. And I know you gotta get back, I got a short drive over, so the movie'd be a little bit longer. But dinner's probably an hour, so if you want to get back early, dinner's probably the best bet. And then again, the movie, you gotta hope that there's the right movie showing at the right time, and then go from there. And so we just went up to Manuel's again and had food. He had just had chips and salsa, and I had ordered a meal. I think he had a beer and some water, and I was the one that was eating most of the chips, and then I had ordered carne machaca dinner, which is my go-to. I've probably said that on here 10 times now. And then we just sat and talked for another half hour, and there was a soccer game on, so we watched that and just caught up a bit. Then came back, walked the pup, was watching the rest of the World Championships. It was just the marathon pretty much today. I couldn't find anything else on. Anything else for the track and field. And then started watching Resident Evil and then turned it off. Let's just go to bed. And it's 11:12 right now, so I'm hoping that's a good thing. Tomorrow is going to be a struggle to get up and try to do 70 minutes. It might be the breakup day, so I start doing 2 days, so I'll do 40-ish minutes tomorrow in the morning and then maybe another 20, 30 at night. So, but I know it's flag football too, so that's going to be difficult. So I don't know. Tomorrow's going to be a weird day. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel. The legs feel okay. I got out the percussion gun and went through the legs decently well. Try to flush them out because the mileage is killing me, and I think the temperature is just killing me. And not being on softer surfaces is just a lot. So, yeah. But it was a good day. It was good. Glad I got to see my dad. Glad I had time to relax. Glad I had a little time with the pup to play. We played catch a little bit. Chased her around. Took her for a little walk and we just sat there for a minute. I'm like, okay, that's good. She got a little sunbathing in. Did some laundry. So I'm pretty much ready to go for tomorrow. Got clothes ready in the closet. And that's the day. Looking forward to tomorrow. And we'll go from there. So run your life with health and happiness and have a good night.